Hello, my name is Raul Cisneros, and I'd like to welcome you to this program brought to you by the Anne Arundel County Human Relations Commission. During this program, we focus on human relations issues and topics as well as community activities in Anne Arundel County. The Anne Arundel County Human Relations Commission seeks to advance understanding by the many communities in the county and promote the elimination of discrimination practices in both the public and private sectors. Joining us for this program is Alvin Gillard, the Executive Director of the Maryland Commission on Civil Rights. Mr. Gillard was appointed Executive Director to the Maryland Commission on Civil Rights by Governor Martin O'Malley in August of 2014. He is here to talk about the work of this commission. Alvin, welcome to the program.
Raul, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. So what is the Maryland Commission on Civil Rights and what does it do?
Pretty much just as you've described Anne Arundel County's commission, but we're the state equivalent. We're here to investigate complaints of alleged unlawful discrimination, generally in the areas of employment, public accommodations, and housing. And there's also an element involving state contracts as well.
Okay, so as Executive Director for the Commission, what are you focusing on? You came on board in August and you were previously in Baltimore working in the same capacity in the city of Baltimore, correct?
Exactly.
And so what are you focusing on?
One of the things that we have to accept as a society is that left unto our own devices, when it comes to issues of intergroup relations, race relations, we don't do a great job. So we have to be diligent in focusing our resources to help move us along as a society, as a community, and as a state dealing with issues of race and intergroup relations. Unfortunately, we still have a tremendous problem with unlawful discrimination in the areas that I've outlined. So those are my priorities, to make sure we get around the entire state, particularly to those underserved areas, to make sure that our most vulnerable citizens have access to state services, filing complaints, if in fact they believe that they've been victims of unlawful discrimination.
Okay, so what are the current, you've talked a little bit about the challenges in Maryland, but what's standing out right now, what you're seeing out there?
Well, it's incredible, Raul, in that indeed we're faced with the best of times and the worst of times, because we've made a tremendous amount of progress. For the last year or two, we've celebrated milestones in the history of our nation. The Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Voting Rights Act of 1965 is coming shortly. Then in a few years, we'll be celebrating housing discrimination legislation that was passed also in 1968. But at the same time, we find that there are too many citizens that are still denied opportunity, whether we're talking about opportunities in employment, opportunities in housing, or just being embraced or accepted into the general fabric of our communities. We still have a long ways to go.
So can you talk about your current outreach and education activities? What's happening in the commission right now?
We're excited because for a while we were sort of dormant in that area, in that we weren't doing a lot as far as outreach and education is concerned. But for the last 2 years, we've tried to re-engage, and that really has become our priority. We have a wonderful staff, not as many folks as we'd like to have, but the director of our education outreach unit, Tara Taylor, and Keith in that unit are doing a great job in really trying to saturate the state, to get around to state agencies, community organizations, other service providers, to provide the type of training and education that we believe will go a long way in bringing the state to where we'd like to see it be, and also where we'd like to see the state go, as it relates to helping folks to understand a little bit better about who we are as a state, the individuals that make up our population. Diversity is a great thing, and for too long there have been folks who have been afraid of diversity, thinking that somehow it will weaken or lessen who we are as Americans. But that's our history, that's our nature, to embrace all of this diversity, to make us stronger, to make us more effective. And that's really what our education and outreach unit is all about. We're happy in that we've had an opportunity to work with Anne Arundel County, and we continue to work with them around issues that are important, not only in Anne Arundel County, but also statewide.
Great. So, how do you? So you talked a little bit about the county. So how do you? What other things do you do with at the county level? So you talked a little bit about it. Anything else you want to add to that?
Fortunately for us, most jurisdictions, or many if not most, throughout the state of Maryland have some type of human relations commission, whether it's staff or whether it's a volunteer commission. We try to work with those commissions to provide resources when we're able, or to provide staff support when that staff support is not there. But we coalesce around issues that are important to that county, so we can really customize the type of training and outreach that we do for counties. But there are also issues that are generally universal. If we're talking about issues that may affect the most vulnerable members of our community, whether we're talking about issues related to the gay, lesbian, transgender community, whether we're talking about issues related to race and ethnicity. So we try to provide training around those issues to help, whether we're talking about specific work settings, whether we're talking about communities that may be facing issues of change. Whatever is needed within those specific jurisdictions is what we try to help with in that jurisdiction.
Great. So if someone would like to obtain assistance from the commission, what should they do?
Well, they can contact the commission at 410-767-8600. They can visit us on our website, also through social media. And it's really important to us, and I can't emphasize this enough, that we want to take down the cloak that has sort of covered us over the years, because I think whether it was intended or not, we have really not done enough to make sure that the citizens of Maryland know who we are and what we're about. So we encourage folks to come online, visit our website, see who we are, determine whether or not we can provide assistance for them. And we also recognize that the value of this commission in moving forward lies in our ability to establish partnerships. That's what it's all about for us. We cannot do this work alone. We have to establish partnerships.
Great. Well, Alvin, I wish you the best. We wish you the best in your new capacity at the commission, and I know that certainly in Anne Arundel County we look forward to working with you. So thank you for being our guest today.
Thank you.
So this concludes this program by the Anne Arundel County Human Relations Commission. If you'd like to contact the Maryland Commission on Civil Rights, there's an 800 number, 800-637-6247. If you have any questions for the Anne Arundel County Human Relations Commission or would like to seek assistance here in the county, you can call 410-222-1234. As always, we thank the staff in the studios here and Glen Burnie for making this program possible. Thank you for joining us.